Hello friends, welcome to the first revision class of Central Banking. In this class, I will be discussing various questions related to central banking. Now watch the video completely, share it with your friends. In fact, watch all the classes. There will be 3 classes today, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And then the marathon. Watch all of them. Don't miss even a single one. Very important one, very important questions are covered. Really useful for your central banking elective. Like this video, share it with your friends, share it on all your social media platforms. Okay, so importantly remember, this question bank or this sessions will be useful for you in, these are the repeated questions from various exams earlier, recollected ones. So don't miss these. Okay. And watch all the videos. Which bank is known as the old lady of Threadneedle Street? Now this question I have seen many times in the exam. Many times. I don't know, means such history questions, why are they asking? But they are asking. You have to clear the paper, so you have to do it. So which bank is known as the old lady of the Threadneedle Street? Bank of France, Banco de Portugal, Germany, the Bundesbank, and Bank of England. Think, everyone, give the answer. Let me see. Give the answer, everyone. Old Lady of Threadneedle Street. It's there in the first chapter of your book. First chapter, almost 1 or 2 pages only. First 2 pages only. It is known as, it is Bank of England. Okay? Bank of England. Kindly note this. It is Bank of England. Old Lady of Threadneedle Street. This is the name. Now see, there is a big history to this, but I won't go into it. Do you have to do a doctorate, PhD in this? No. So let's move on. Let's not waste our time on unnecessary history. Which banks are not under the European system of central bank? Not. Kindly note the question. Not. Okay. Not under the European system of central bank. Bank of France, Banco de Portugal, Germany, the Bundesbank, and last one again, Bank of England. So which bank is not there? Think, everyone. The answer is, again it is the same. Bank of England. Okay? Bank of England is not under the European system of central banks. Now it is almost out only. Earlier, England was under European Eurozone. Now it has come out of the Eurozone. So now it is not under that. Remaining all the 3 are still in the European control. Okay? So European system of central banks. There are total roughly 27 countries. 27 or 28. So these all banks are controlled by the Europe. They have a separate Bank of Europe called as, means they have a separate controlling unit of Europe. But Bank of England or England is not under that. It has to come out of it. Okay. So that is the point. Next one. The Federal Reserve System structure is composed of, now Federal Reserve is US, Fed we call it. Now this Federal Reserve System structure is composed of the Board of Governors or the Federal Reserve Board, FRB. Now this is all, you might be thinking, why are we studying this? But this is all there in your book, Central Banking book. That's why we have to study this. The Board of Governors or the Federal Reserve Board, FRB. FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee, both A and B, neither A. nor B. What is the answer for this? Obviously, isn't it? Both A and B. Both A and B. Okay, both A and B. Kindly note this. Both A and B. So, Federal Reserve System consists of both Board of Governors or the Federal Reserve Board and Federal Open Market Committee. Both of them are included in this. Okay. Now, what is this FOMC and what is this FRB? Now, this we'll see it later somewhere. Okay, we are having the questions on it. So, there we'll be seeing it again. Okay. But just to give an idea, okay, FOMC full form is, it's given Federal Open Market Committee, correct. So, what is the role of FOMC? What is the role of FOMC in USA? See, Federal Open Market Committee is a monetary policy body of Federal Reserve System. Its primary role is to manage the nation's money supply and credit conditions to promote maximum employment and stable prices. So basically its role is price stability and maximum employment. Now what is this? This is FOMC is a supportive to their Federal Reserve. Like we have RBI, they have Fed. So FOMC is a committee. So its committee's main role is this, two strategies. Number one, growth, GDP, and number two, price stability. Both of them. Okay. So kindly note, manage the nation's supply, money supply and credit conditions to promote maximum employment and stable prices. So that is the job of FOB. Okay. FOMC, sorry. That is the job of FOMC. Now what is the job of FRB then? FRB. FRB means Federal Reserve, also known as, plays a crucial role in US. Now it is directly given over here, Federal Reserve Board. So its role is conducting monetary policy to promote maximum employment, stable prices and moderate long-term interest rate. That is the same as our RBI's role, right? Even RBI has a two-pronged strategy. Any central bank in the world will have two-pronged strategy, two strategies. Which are those? Number one, it will have this price stability, and number two, it will be GDP growth. Okay. So these are the two roles of FOMC and FRB. The FOMC sets monetary policy and consists of, so what does FOMC consist of? 7 members of the Board of Governors, 12 regional bank presidents, both A and B, none of the above. So what does it consist of? Again the same, okay, both A and B. So it consists of all these, okay. 7 members of the Board of Governors and 12 regional bank presidents. Now, who are the governors? Board of Governors. Who are the governors? These are the governors of US states. But don't go into deep, okay. You are not required to go in deep over here. You only remember whatever is, we have to study our own system. We don't have to study that much. USA and Germany and France, okay. But whatever is given, remember this much. 7 members of the Board of Governors and 12 regional bank presidents. Okay, it consists of both. Okay. The lender of last resort function of central bank is associated with the problem of. So, what is this lender of last resort consist of? What is this? What does this consist of? Lender of last resort. Many of us think, I'll tell you, many of us think, what do we think? Lender of last resort. We think that if no one gives me the loan, then RBI will give me the loan. That's what we mean, right? If no one gives me the loan, so in the end RBI will have to give me the loan. That is known as last resort. That's what we think. But actually what is it? So it consists the problem of what? Adverse selection, moral hazard, pushing up the interest rate and encouraging inefficiency. So what does it consist of? Think about it, everyone. I'll give you the answer. Yes, 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 yes. What is the answer? Everyone think on it. Everyone start. What is the answer? The answer is moral hazard. Okay, now what is moral hazard? What do you mean by moral hazard? In economics, the term moral hazard refers to a situation where a party lacks the incentive to guard against the financial risk due to being protected from any potential consequences. Now, very big definition, but and confusing definition. Okay, party lacks the incentive to guard against the financial risk. So, any financial risk, party lacks the incentive. Party can do it, means any bank can't do it. Some banks are, means the banks, individual banks won't be able to sustain some economic pressure. Like in COVID, what happened? In COVID, there was a major situation in COVID, right? Banks had huge NPAs. They were not able to sustain. Same thing happened in USA also. In USA, what happened? 2 to 3 banks collapsed. Right? SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, gone. Credit Suisse, gone. One or two more were there. Gone. Why? Because they were not able to sustain because this pressure of COVID. So many NPAs. So what happens in this case, the RBI or the central bank, means RBI is over here. In other countries, it is Fed. In Germany, it is Bundesbank. Any bank, Bank of England. So central bank specifically. Central bank comes to the rescue. When such failures happen, central bank comes to the rescue and tells other banks either to purchase this bank or give some support from the government side. So that is known as last resort. Okay, so unable to sustain the financial risk. Okay, guard against the financial risk. Got it? The following two objectives of monetary policy of US Federal Reserve are referred to as dual mandate. Now this two objectives of Federal Reserve. See this. Now even if I replace this Federal Reserve with RBI, even if I replace this, or I replace this with Bank of England, or I replace this with Bank of France, or Bundesbank, any bank, any central bank, the role of any central bank is same. It is always same. What is the role? See this, the role is maximizing employment and stabilizing prices and monetary growth control, moderating long-term interest rates and stabilizing prices, maximizing employment and controlling reserve money. So what is the main job of any central bank? What is the main job of any central bank? Think. Is it related to money control? Sure, after all what happens, any central bank is ultimately answerable to whom? It is answerable to common public and the government. Government means common public. How does the government come in existence? The government comes in existence because of the common public. They vote and the government comes. So ultimately, any central bank is answerable to whom? To the common public, isn't it? So common public is concerned with what? Common public is concerned with money control? No. Common public always has a main goal of prices, stabilizing prices. If your prices are high, if the inflation is high, what will happen? The government won't come into power next time, isn't it? People will revolt against the government if the prices go high. You check many countries, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Pakistan, check any country other than us, we have very low inflation. Okay? So, stabilizing prices is one of the important goals. So, this is over here also, here also, here also. Three same answer. But what about the next one then? Is it money control? Is it maximizing employment or interest rate? What is common public concerned with? You tell me. Common man on the road. What is that person concerned with? Is he concerned with money control? Is he concerned with this long-term interest rate? Is he concerned with employment? Simple answer. This. So the answer is A. Right? The two objectives of any central bank, forget this Federal Reserve, of any central bank is only two: stabilizing the prices, GDP. Okay? Simple. Next. Earlier, one of the primary functions of central banks was to finance the governments. Earlier means when earlier? Earlier. This is directly from your book. Earlier. When earlier? This all came after, see, kindly note, when did central banks come into picture? When did central banks come into picture? Central banks came into picture after First World War. 1935 our RBI was formed. 1934 was the Act, RBI Act. 1935 RBI was formed. Other countries' central banks were also formed almost at the same time, plus or minus some years, 5 years here and there. But why were they formed at that time? What happened? First World War. The effects of First World War were so dangerous that many of the countries couldn't survive. The governments couldn't survive. For them, the central banks were brought in picture. The central bank's role was, now look at this, this is the answer we want. So this is because, why were these banks brought in? Was to finance the government. See, finance the government. Central bank's main role was to finance the government. For what? Finance for what? During the World War, the main role was to finance for the war. Means it's given in your books also. It's given in your books. But later what happens? Finance the government for the various projects now. Means today also whenever the government wants to build the roads, some transportation, some railways, some airports, where does the government get the money from? Who can answer me? Where does the government get the money from? If the government wants to build the roads, any infrastructure, telecom, anything, where does it get the money from? It gets money from the bonds which are issued. Bonds. Now who issues the bond then? Government issues the bond. But can the government directly issue? No. Government can't issue the bonds. Government issues the bonds through RBI. So RBI acts as what? Banker to government. RBI acts as banker to government. So government will go to RBI. It will be like this. See this. This is government. Government needs money. Let's say needs money. Needs money. So what will it do? It will go to RBI. Okay? And it will tell RBI that, see, I want money for my roads, for my infrastructure, whatever it is. So for that, I want to issue the bonds. So RBI will say, okay, I will issue them on behalf of you. So RBI issues these bonds on behalf of government. So what is ultimately RBI doing? RBI is creating a loan, isn't it? It's a loan. RBI is telling anyone that you purchase this bond and give me money. After all, what is it? What do you mean by bond? Bond means RBI will give the bond, right? And the person who purchases the bonds will give the money, right? So money will be received to RBI. Money will be received to RBI. This money will be transferred to government, and government will be able to build the infra, right? So what is this basically? What is this called as? This is a loan. RBI has raised a loan on behalf of the government, isn't it? That is the main role. So even today, the role of RBI or any central bank is to finance the government, isn't it? How does the RBI finance the government? See, there is a simple logic to this. Whenever government says, I want money, so RBI will issue these bonds, and these bonds are to be purchased. Now, who will purchase them? RBI doesn't look into this. RBI says, I am a banker. I will issue the bonds, and the customers for that, you find out. RBI tells the government to find out. How will the government find out the customers? See, it depends on your growth story. How the growth story is sold in the market. Growth story should be sold in the market, right? Means now what are we seeing now? Look at this. Take our simple example. We are growing heavily now, almost 7, 8, 9%. So this is open in all the world. All the world is knowing now Bharat is growing heavily. Now in this case what happens, when we are growing so heavily, everyone will be ready to buy our bonds because everyone wants money. They know if I invest today in these bonds, tomorrow the price will rise because Bharat is growing heavily. So this job is done by whom? This job is done by the government. Publicity. Okay. So in this way, RBI issues the bonds. These bonds are purchased by somebody, and then that person gives the money. That person means it's not the individual. These are all big companies, HNIs. Okay, some foreign governments also. They also purchase. SoftBank is there, right? Plus many others. Okay, got this point? So this was because many countries faced problems of financing their budget deficit. Many countries face the problem of financing their budget surplus. Many countries face the problem of financing their central banks. Many countries face the problems of financing their state government. Which one is this? Which one is this? Think over it. Which one is this? Very simple, isn't it? Will you be required to finance the surplus? Surplus means what? I'm having excess money. Why do I need to finance them? Gone. Central banks. Finance the central banks. Here, central bank was formed to finance somebody. If I have to finance central bank only, then why should I form that bank? Logic, isn't it? So, central banks, this is also out. State government. There was no state government earlier. Means in the British era, was there any state government? No state government. So that is gone. Right? So the answer is many countries face the problems. A1. Many countries face the problems to finance their budget deficit. Call this ABCD. Huh? All these. All the further questions. Call them ABCD. Got it? Clear? Next one. Central banks perform the task of rescuing banks whenever they face crisis situation. This is called as what? See this. Central banks perform the task of rescuing the banks. Rescuing the banks means, I told you, in COVID situation, many banks failed in USA. Right? Many banks failed. So these failed banks means when central bank rescues them means what? It tells other banks to purchase it, or it tells the government to finance it, right? It does some action. So whenever this action is done, what is this called as? Banker to government, banker to banks, lender of last resort, or monetary policy functions. Very, very, very simple answer. Think over it, everyone. Think over it. Very simple answer. What is it? Yes, it is. Just now we saw it. Lender of last resort, isn't it? Lender of last resort, correct? Okay, this is lender of last resort. Next, the deposit balances of the government with RBI increase whenever. Oh, very, very important. Take this ABCD, ABCD. So the deposit balances of the government with RBI increase when? Means when will the deposits of government with RBI increase? Now note this, this is called as deposit balance of government. Now you will have one term over here. That is called as GD. GD. Government deposits. Okay, this term you will be having it in one of the next questions. You will be having that. I will tell you at that time. So government deposits, simple. Government deposits with RBI increase when? When does it increase? Let's see. Very difficult one. Huh? ABCD. Look at this. Answer this in ABCD. The central bank extends credit to the government. The government extends deposit to the central bank. The central bank extends deposit to the government. Government extends credit to RBI. Very tricky one. Very tricky one. The answer is that which you will never think of. The answer is that which will, see here, deposits of government with RBI. Think in your terms only, in your terms. When can you have higher deposits in any bank? When, suppose if I am the customer, when can I have higher deposits, increase with any bank? When the bank extends loan to me, or the government extends deposit to the central bank? Government extends deposit to the central bank. Government will give the deposit to the central bank. Or central bank extends deposit to the government. Central bank will give some deposit to the government. Now, many of you might be clear by now that this is wrong. Central bank will give deposit to government. It will never give. Central bank is a bank. Why will it give deposit to the government? The government extends credit to RBI. Government will give loan to RBI. That is also not possible because RBI itself is a bank. And government takes loans from the bank. So that is also out. So now all of you might be thinking that yes, answer is between A and B. So what is that answer then? The central bank extends credit to the government extends deposit to the central bank. Many of you are answering this as B. Government extends, but that is wrong. That's why I said this is a tricky one. The answer is A. The central bank extends credit to the government. This is the real answer, but this is against any logic. Means the bank is giving loan to the customer and the customer is then putting deposit. Getting this? It's like the farmer's loan. Do you know the farmer's crop loan? What do the crop loan farmers do? In your bank also, you might have seen this. They take the crop loan from you and then put it as a FD with your bank only. You have seen this? I have seen this. They take the crop loan because crop loan is interest free. So they'll take the deposit from loan from me and then put it as a deposit with me. There they'll gain the interest of FD and here they don't have to pay the interest. Both are of same maturity. So whenever this mature, this will also mature and they'll pass on. They'll just earn the interest. Same thing is happening over here. Central bank will issue the credit to the government. Government then takes the credit and puts it in the central bank. And whenever it wants, it will withdraw it. That logic. Okay. So same as that crop loan, KCC. Okay. Same as that of the KCC. Got it? I told you no, that this question GL, GD is there somewhere. I told you. So this GD. If GL is greater than GD, then it means what? Now what is GL and what is GD? GD I told you just now. Government deposits. This earlier question. GL is what? Government liabilities. Okay, see this. Government deposits and government liabilities. So what is the question? If government liabilities are more than government deposits, government liabilities are more than government deposits, then it means that what? Now look at this ABCD. It means what? Net government credit to the central bank, net central bank credit to the government, gross government credit to the central bank, gross central bank credit to the government. Again tricky one. Government liabilities are greater than government deposits. Government liabilities are greater than government deposits. Then what does it mean? Liabilities are more. Government's liabilities are more. Think. Let me see the answer in the comment section. Think over it. Think over it. It is net central bank credit to the government. Okay, net central bank credit to the government. Got it? This was a tricky one. See, both the questions were tricky one. Earlier one and this one. Isn't it?